going to be Americans alive today because he shut down a narco-terrorist state called Venezuela. This is a good thing, not a bad thing.
And the oil companies are going to go in and rebuild their system.
At the dawn of 2026, the United States delivered a gift to the world that left it in shock. American military stormed the private residence of Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro, capturing him and his wife before transporting them to a U.S. court. There, Maduro faces a series of indictments on so-called charges such as drug trafficking. While the scourge of illicit drugs is universally condemned, and the fight against them appears a noble cause, reality seldom aligns with Washington's claims. Soon enough, the Trump administration shed its facade, revealing its true and rapacious intentions.
We're going to have presence in Venezuela as it pertains to oil, but we're going to get the oil flowing the way it should be.
The objective was laid bare. The United States announced it would assume control over Venezuela's oil sales indefinitely. Furthermore, Donald Trump reportedly wants Venezuela's new regime to kick out and sever economic ties with China, Russia, Iran, and Cuba and turn over 30 million to 50 million barrels of oil to the United States. Chilean President Gabriel Boric issued a warning. Today it is Venezuela, under the pretext of narcoterrorism and the declared intention to control its resources. Tomorrow it could be any other country under any other pretext. His words hold truth, yet this brand of banditry neither began nor will it end with the Trump administration. Recall how the United States invaded Iraq based on a fabricated narrative, infamously epitomized by a vial of white powder presented as evidence of chemical weapons development. No such weapons were ever found after Iraq was plunged into chaos, a war that claimed over 200,000 civilian lives there. What, then, was the true motive for U.S. to start the Iraq War? The Saddam Hussein regime had attempted to shift oil transactions from the U.S. dollar to the euro, a direct challenge to dollar hegemony. The global dominance of the U.S. dollar rests heavily on the petrodollar system. Venezuela, holding the world's largest proven oil reserves at an estimated 303 billion barrels, has actively pursued trading oil in non-dollar currencies, including the Chinese yuan, euros, and even cryptocurrencies, to circumvent U.S. sanctions. Against this backdrop, Washington's latest move against Venezuela is hardly surprising. In the Middle East, the United States removed Saddam Hussein as a strategic thorn through the Iraq War. By securing control over Iraq, Washington regained significant influence in the global oil market. The military intervention in Venezuela marks a contemporary revival of the Monroe Doctrine. It reflects U.S. strategy to exclude the influence of other major powers from Latin America, thereby reinforcing absolute control over what it considers its backyard. Venezuela will not be the last nation to face such military abduction. This event lays bare a troubling shift, as the United States anxiously confronts the erosion of its global dominance, particularly the shaking foundations of dollar hegemony. It has abandoned the international order based on sovereign equality in favor of the law of the jungle. Nowadays, member states of BRICS are actively reducing dollar reliance and promoting a multipolar financial system to enhance economic autonomy. Even Saudi Arabia, which committed in 1974 to pricing oil exclusively in U.S. dollars, is now advancing multi-currency settlement mechanisms. Meanwhile, China and Saudi Arabia are increasingly adopting the yuan in oil trade. Critical question now facing the international community is, how will the world respond to a desperate United States? What are your insights?